What is holding you back on your QLA journey? That's a question I talked about in last week's podcast, and it goes to the boot camp that we're currently doing, my marketing person and myself. And that's brucewhipple.com/2021 if you care to look into the details of that. But in week one, we asked the question of those that attended, if you're struggling with QLA, list the internal reasons for that and the external reasons. And last week I went through what those reasons were and listed those. Interestingly enough, there were 24 internal reasons and 10 external reasons. And that tells you about all you need to know about that situation. We've talked about before that self-image and self-esteem are the barometers of how successful you will be in QLA. So this is a critically important subject for QLA, and it's the reason that Dan, in the Castle seminar that he does, spends about the first 4 days going through mindset. Really, really important. So yesterday, in the VIP mastermind that I run, we went through the attendees and we said, of those internal and external reasons, what's the number one issue that you have? You could have 4 or 5 or 6 or 10 of the internal reasons that you listed, but what's the number one reason? And almost overwhelmingly, it was procrastination. There were some distractions listed, there was some self-sabotaging, but most of the answers were procrastination. And so the external reasons varied a little bit more, but they turned out to be lack of time and distractions as well, like a job, that sort of thing. But let's tackle the first one first. So in terms of procrastination, one of the best tools that I know of is how to deal with that is first, do your affirmations. Write out what you see as your future. If you can, put pictures there. If you're interested in a car, put a picture of the car, a house. Put that. If you're interested in other things, pictures help to solidify that in your mind an awful lot. And then read those with enthusiasm out loud every morning when you get up and before you go to bed at night, and let your subconscious mind work on them while you sleep. At the beginning, that process will feel weird, but eventually you're going to teach yourself that, son of a gun, affirmations really work. In terms of procrastination, though, once you have your motivation through your affirmations and some of the other tools that we're going to talk about, it's important to plan your time. You end up, for most things, going to an appointment because you know what time, how you're going to get there, and what you're going to do. And the same is true with QLA. If you, the night before, write down the things with respect to QLA that will move your needle towards your end result the best, and put a time next to that, you'll have a much, much better chance in accomplishing them than if you just say, yeah, well, tomorrow I want to talk to 10 people or whatever that is. So put an action, put them in order of priority. What's the most important thing that I can do to continue and advance my journey in QLA? And put that number one. If you have a job, your boss might have some other priorities for you, but at least you can say, okay, that's really important to get done. Let me figure out where in my day I can do that. Maybe that's before you go to work. Maybe that's lunchtime. Maybe that's the evening. Maybe that's using technology tools, which we've talked about, that can work while you are working or sleeping or doing whatever else. There's a lot of technology tools that weren't here when I began the process with Dan of QLA back in 1993. I don't have to say I didn't think. I did not even have an email back in 1993. I got that in 1995. So it's really important to understand what's holding you back and then to eliminate those things that are and figuring out a way to keep moving the ball up the field. So I hope that's helpful. Again, if you're interested in that boot camp, I think it's been enjoyable for me. The feedback's been good, it really has. And that's brucewhipple.com/2021. And if I see you there, we do a live presentation, and then we do a Q&A, which is live after that. The last week, too, was 2 hours and 18 minutes. Long presentation, lots of questions, but that subject was mindset, which again is critically important to your success in QLA. Okay, so if you've got any ideas for future podcasts, I'd love to hear those. You just go ahead and email me at bruce@brucewhipple.com. And if you go over to brucewhipple.com, go ahead and grab the free class. It's brucewhipple.com/free class. I look forward to hearing from you. And remember, this is QLA's time. There is a lot of free information you can use to acquire already profitable businesses. This is Bruce Whipple. Thanks for listening to the Business Acquisition Podcast. And remember, you miss 100% of the opportunities you fail to take. And procrastination truly is the thief of time. So do something today, please. Your future self will be proud of.